Something strange is happening. What's up? It's the Culture Detective here, investigating your favorite albums. And today I'm going to do an album review, and hopefully a quick one, because I don't want to bore you guys to tears. Again, I've said this many times. Yes, I'm going to talk about an album, and that is Genesis Owusu, Smiling with No Teeth. Born in Ghana, now an Australian, Genesis Owusu is a rapper, a neo-soul singer, songwriter as well, and this is his debut album, Smiling with No Teeth. Uh, so originally I wanted to talk about this album in my video yesterday, my mini albums review video yesterday, but I eventually did not do that because the more I listened to this album, the more I realized that this album is awesome. This album is pretty damn good. And I would like to spend a little more time talking about this album than other albums. Also, I need to turn on the air conditioner. Goddamn. Climate change is real. So, the album starts off kinda underwhelmingly with On the Move, which just sounds like ex-military money store era Death Grips, really. He sounds like MC Ride on this track. And then we have the instrumentals, which are just kind of a mess. We get these boomy beats, which sounds like they would come out of a Radiohead album, like I wrote Life of Pablo. I don't know why. I was going to write The King of Limbs, but yeah, the beat sounds like it would have came out of The King of Limbs. And then we get these sort of fun, playful synth arpeggios, and none of these instrumentals fit together at all. The second track, The Other Black Dogs, is a club banger with driving percussion and ascending chords. Also, this black dog is constantly going to show up on this album because it is actually a character which kind of represents the depression. And so it's going to show up again and again on this album. Next up we have Centerfold, which is a bit of an off-kiltered funk track, and for some reason this track kind of reminds me of Joji. It sounds like a kind of song that Joji would have written, but I think ultimately it traces back to Prince, because this track is actually really Prince-esque. I also really like the production, the reversed vocals. It's a really nice touch. The track Waitin on Ya is a bit of a minimalist soul funk track with horns and pianos, and the black dog character has returned, and this time the lyrics are almost written in the perspective of the black dog, saying it's waitin' on ya. And then we have Don't Need You, which is a very funky, poppy, Gorillaz-esque track with a pretty awesome music video. The track Drown features another Australian singer-songwriter, Kieran J. Callanan, and this is definitely one of the highlights on the album for me. It's extremely bright, it's very fun, it's a fiery new wave rock track with great chemistry between Kieran J. Callanan and Genesis Owusu, and great momentum as well. The track Gold Chains follows that track, and it's pretty awesome as well. I mean, we got the groovy instrumentals, and the songwriting of the track overall is pretty good. Essentially, Genesis Owusu talks about dealing with his sadness by relying on materialism, which is actually not a good idea, and this song is kind of about that. I also really like the neo-soul melodies of the thing, really, it's catchy. The title track is quiet. It took a long time for the track to build up to the core part of the track, and while the core part of the track sounds great, I think overall it didn't quite live up to the 4-track streak that it previously has. One lyrical topic that I really appreciated Genesis Owusu for talking about is the romanticization of suffering on the title track, because I think it can be a problem in and of itself as well. The track I Don't See Color is another highlight on the album for me. It has these minimalist tribal drums and these vocal samples that are just kind of repetitive, and they're just repeating itself, kind of pulsating. They're not doing anything. It's really contained. And then we get these very catchy, minimalist, kind of almost monotone flows on this track, and It's just such an interesting sound, and I know it's not the most original thing ever, it's probably done already, but it still sounds awesome. The next track, Black Dog, Exclamation mark, is a punk rock rager with rough bass and sour synths, a lot of energy, I'm liking it. Whip Cracker is another track that's kind of cartoony but in a very fun way. The first half features the shouty rap verses, and the second half is a new wave funk track, and again, lots of energy, great performance. Easy is another neo soul track, but this time I think the hook is not as memorable, and the track, A Song About Fishing, is a weird one. While I don't think it's terrible, it doesn't fit with the whole vibe or the tone that the rest of the album has. It just kind of sticks out. It has this swaying 3/4 groove, and it sounds like a children's song. It sounds like somewhere in between a children's song and a gospel song, like Hallelujah. And again, it's not bad. It just doesn't fit with the rest of the album at all. The track No Looking Back is a bit of a slow burn with nice nostalgic chords, and we have lyrics about moving on, not looking back. And while I like the message of the track, and again, it's not bad, it's not as memorable as the rest of the album. And the album ending, Bye Bye, is a psychedelic hip-hop soul fusion track, which is partially To Pimp a Butterfly flavored and partially Brockhampton flavored. And again, it's not the most original thing ever, but this time all of these instrumentals and melodies are utilized together really well to form a very memorable and conclusive ending. So yeah, not much else to add. This album is awesome. There are tons of highlights on the album. Probably my second favorite album of the year so far, right above Weezer's latest album, right below Black Country New Road. And I'm just gonna leave it at that. My favorite track here is either Drown or Drown, and my least favorite is the album opener. I'm giving Genesis Owusu, Smiling with No Teeth, an 8 out of 10. So, have you listened to Genesis Owusu from 1 to 10, which is rated, like, and subscribe if you want more, and thanks for watching. Now, I'm beginning to, not like me, my PC is beginning to break down, and I may not be able to edit videos in that PC, like, a month later, because I feel like it's dying. So, I may have to change the way I film my own reviews. So get ready for some changes in the future.